Welcome back. We need to put this memory right, and in order to do that we need to get the sentence fragments in the correct order and associate them with the object they're related to. This is a conversation about chess. About how Sirrus got his narrow chess set. Now, I did not write down a sequence of actions here. I considered doing that, but during my practice sessions I found that I could actually do this on the fly, and that enabled me to better explain what I was doing. So I'm actually going to do this live as you're watching, not going off a scripted set of actions. I am, of course, using a cheat sheet that tells me which symbol is which sentence fragment and the order they need to go in and which symbol they need to go with. Okay, well, let's get started on this conversation. The start of this conversation is actually this symbol.
Daddy's really good at chess.
Then
You should play him.
and finally,
I'd like to, sis, but I don't have a chess set.
that's the first part of this conversation, and those three symbols are all associated with the chess set. So we're going to have to get those three symbols at the chess set in that order from top to bottom. So, how can we accomplish that? Well, first let's move the
I'll tell him to when
symbols that are currently at the chess set somewhere else. So I'm just gonna drop them anywhere. Just doing that arbitrarily. Now you could actually see the rules, so every time you move past another object you drop one of the symbols. Well, this one's easy, it's the start. So we can move it over there. Of course, because I'm doing this without planning it, obviously I'll probably not use the most efficient sequence of actions. Okay, our next goal will be to get this symbol
You
at the
should
chess
play him.
set. Well, we're gonna have to move it over there first and then get rid of these other symbols.
I'll tell him to.
Okay, I'll just drop that one there.
I'll tell him to when I link home.
Now we can get rid of that one. So we just have this symbol left. Okay.
You should play him.
That leaves this one.
I'd like to, sis.
We're going to use a similar strategy.
You can make.
Actually, I think I just did something that wasn't necessary. I forgot we have the narrow crest in between, so I could actually have just moved this one straight over
I'd like.
by dropping the other symbol here. But that doesn't matter. Now we've got this one solved. This puzzle is almost as tedious as the previous dream puzzle. Especially because you're not really explicitly told what the goal is, and you're gonna have to do some trial and error before you figure out that you're supposed to group them, besides just putting them in the right order. But it's not as tedious, because even though it is a lot of work, even if you already know the solution, you at least need to have some intelligence to figure out the actions you need to take. It's not as mindless as the ancestor color puzzle. Okay, let's move on with this conversation. The next bit is...
You can make one, just like you made my spirit guide.
Sirrus was complaining he didn't have a chess set, so Yeesha says he can make one.
I could, but it's really hard to carve figurines that small. They break so easily.
Okay, all those three symbols of those three sentences are all about figurines. So, they go here. Okay, first we need the bottom one from this stack.
I could.
So, again, I'm just gonna dump. That's just the sound from the one we've already solved correctly, which is gonna interrupt us a lot from now on. Oh, this actually works out, which is nice. Okay, then I need that one, the red one. And finally, this one.
They break.
That unfortunately isn't gonna work. So we're gonna have to take some extra steps in between. And there we are, that's the next one solved. Okay, next up.
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set as a present.
That symbol is actually the only symbol that goes with the picture. So that solves the picture. Next up is the linking book.
I'll tell them to when I link home.
Which is actually only that one, but we're gonna have to be careful here. Because if I can just solve this one now.
Right. And I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber.
But if I drop this one there, then they'll be in the wrong order. So I'm actually gonna move that over there. And this should solve the puzzle.
Daddy's really good at chess. You should play him.
I'd like to, sis, but I don't have a chess set.
You can make one, just like you made my spirit guide.
I could, but it's really hard to carve figurines that small. They break so easily.
Well, maybe Mom and Dad could give you a set as a present. I'll tell them to when I link home.
Ha! Right. And I suppose you'll tell them to make it out of the same rock as this chamber. That way I'll never be able to break it.
I can't believe Atris fell for that.
It's working. We must move swiftly. The Traveler knows what you're doing, and will try to impede you. Go.
Guess what? We get to do another puzzle exactly the same as the previous one. But we'll do it in the next video.